Yo!
Rick,
What's up, man?
what's happening?
How are you?
You're back for more. Good to see you, man.
Too?
How you doing?
Very good. Okay,
Welcome.
this is Chicago Music Exchange. This is Nathaniel Murphy.
How's it going?
The store is actually closed right now, and they're kind enough to let us in while it's closed. But this is, I love this store. I bought plenty of guitars from here because of Nathaniel. And can you give us a quick tour?
Give you a little tour, of course. I mean, what are your first thoughts when you come in, though? It's quite overwhelming, right?
Amazing. I love it. I love big music stores like this.
It's quite a gasp. So this obviously is a huge building, as you're going to see. It used to be an old bank.
Okay.
So this shop used to be near Wrigley Field, so not too far away. But it moved to here, I think 2012, roughly. Like, I could have it wrong. But yeah, we'll have a little walk through. I think as you come in, it's hard not to have a look at this, right?
Oh, amazing.
I mean, the Les Paul wall is pretty outrageous. Now, obviously, I think we sold a few today by
Looks
the
like
looks
you,
of it.
yeah.
One
Looks
or
like you
two
did.
missing pegs, so one
Now
or two sold.
you'll fill those up by tomorrow, right?
Literally, yeah, they will be filled by tomorrow. But obviously, it's a mix of vintage and brand new ones as well.
Okay, so how do we get the if we wanted to get the flying V's down? Do you have a ladder or
We
something?
have a
you
couple of
drag
ladders.
around?
Do you want me to get a flying V?
No.
Have you got a flying V?
I don't have a flying V.
Are you sure you don't want me to get it down? I'm not a salesperson, but I like to try.
No, he says he's not a salesperson. He's actually the best salesperson.
I just like to play.
Because he's not a salesperson.
So yeah.
Okay, so the Gibsons and then there's just things everywhere here.
They're everywhere. So in certain areas, we've got like some boutiques. We've got some Cower here. We've got some Atkins. We've got Telecaster wall, which is one of my personal favorites because I do love a good telly. This came in. This is cool. I haven't had a proper play on this.
What is that? That's like a 72?
70s, early 70s, yeah. But with the humbucker and this, that looks cool.
Is that actually a 70s or is that a reissue?
No, this is an actual 70s one. So this is 1971. Not bad, right?
Wow. I said 72, but...
You're close. You're kind of interested in this, aren't you?
We got him. I like that. It's nice.
Tell my boss to give me a raise, yeah?
I like it. That's a good one.
That is a good one. We got probably the heaviest guitar in the building.
Oh my God! What is that made out of? Is that
cement? I think it might as well be. That's 68 or 69 rosewood telly.
Okay.
But yeah, one of my favorite walls, the telly. We obviously got some Strats here as well.
Okay.
If you're into Strats, we got jazz.
I love Strats.
We got offsets as well.
I love offsets.
Yeah.
I bought an offset from you.
You did, and you bought an SG from us as well.
I did, yeah.
And you're a fan of Pelham Blue.
I am a fan of Pelham Blue.
So am I.
I bought 3 guitars from you that you picked out because I saw them online and I said, Nathaniel, how do these play?
Yeah.
I remember there were 2 Pelham Blue SGs.
Yeah. Well, funny enough.
And there. Ooh, that's.
Oh, you see that reaction?
That? Wow, I love that.
This is a genuine reaction, by the way.
Oh my gosh, that is beautiful.
That is cool, isn't it?
Oh man, I could never.
You want me to check the price?
I could never.
Hey, look, blue tag means it's used or vintage.
No way.
Hey.
That's amazing.
I tell you what. Should we have a look at the price?
Let's see here. Oh, that's actually a pretty good price. Wow,
that is pretty cool.
Now this is, you guys see this? I love this. I love the white. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's looking cool. We just need one of those things on there. We'll get that on. Strange with the neck.
That's just nice cool. with the mahogany neck like that. It looks beautiful.
That is a nice guitar.
Okay.
Oh, Tweety.
Tweety, look at that.
There we go. Just reach out to him, right? So yeah, SGs. We can continue here. Now these.
Yeah.
Are these the custom shop ones? I think these are
Okay, so I want to know. Yeah. Okay, so how many people like this? I think this looks great. Lavender. This would be lavender as well, right?
Yeah.
I think those are cool. I want to see if people think that they're cool or not. I think they're amazing.
I can't make my mind up, I'll be honest.
Yeah, I think I didn't like it at first. When I first glanced at it just now, I was like, Yeah. Then I'm like, ooh, that's kind of cool. Probably look good on camera. Well, I guess we'll see once we actually, check it out, see what it looks like from a distance.
I know what you mean. Like at first you think, oh, I'm not so sure about that, but it would grow on you, I suppose.
Yeah.
I mean, these are all custom shops. So
Yes.
some really cool ones. So your Jazz Master, that
My
you
Jazz
got,
Master is a custom shop.
been on this wall. Block inlays. Yours has
I have
block
block inlays.
which I love. I mean, that looks great to me. This whole thing.
That
Normally,
does.
not a lot of people are into like those type of
No.
fingerboards, but
No.
it's cool to me. I like it.
Yeah. I'd like to take a second to talk to you about this channel. This is actually Rick Beato 2. I've had it since the beginning of my main channel, and many of you are not subscribed. As a matter of fact, 87% of the people that watch this channel regularly are not subscribed. So I encourage you to hit the subscribe button on this channel and on my main channel. This will help me get even more of my dream guests and help continue to grow both channels. Thank you. Okay.
Lefties.
Lefties, yes.
And you were on the lookout for a lefty.
I'm always on the lookout for a lefty for Dylan, because it's hard to find left-handed guitars.
Yes, and we do have plenty of them and some cool ones.
Yep.
More custom shop tellies. We got, now we're entering the kind of the heavier section.
The heavier, yeah.
You know, we got some Maynard's guitars, Jacksons, you name it.
Things that people have brought into my studio that play metal.
There you go, exactly.
Yeah.
We got some used ones as well. Oh, you know what? I've actually got that. This is actually a good guitar. I've got one of these.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
This is the Tim Henson.
Yeah,
This is
look at
actually
that.
really good, you know.
I've never even seen one in person.
I didn't even know we had this, I'll be honest. I've got one of these, I'm very lucky.
I've had Tim in the studio many times, but
Yeah.
I don't think this was out the last time that he was
No.
there.
Cool guitar, plays really well, I have to say. Normally, if I'm being honest, this would confuse the hell out of me, you know, looking at the inlays like that.
Yeah.
But I've gotten used to it. Great guitar. You know,
That's
I like
cool.
It, you know. So, again, it's always cool that we get, you know, really cool used instruments as well.
Okay.
Vintage too. And obviously you can see all the people that have been here all over the walls. PRS.
PRS.
A wall of PRS, which is cool.
Wall of PRS.
You know?
Some beautiful finishes there.
Really. I mean, they always are though.
They always are.
You know,
Always are.
I will say, I'm yet to play a bad PRS.
They play incredibly well.
I've never
They do.
played a bad PRS. you know.
Paul is really particular about the
quality and
quality control. I interviewed Paul in 2018 maybe, and I saw him pull down some guitars, open them up, and go with a grease pencil and circle things that, okay, let's bring him these back, and he's
Man, that's the attention to detail.
real attention to detail,
That is
really
cool.
great.
We got a lot of boutique guitars from around the world here.
Okay.
And we got some Bacci guitars from Italy down there. We got Cathara from, I think, Northern Ireland. There's some Collings here. Guitars from Germany. There's, you name it. Dan Electros, Harmony, Eastman's, Reverends.
Reverend, yeah.
I like Reverends. I do like Reverends. And Gretsch. Now, you were telling me before,
I don't have a Gretsch.
I find that astonishing.
I
that
do
you don't
not have a Gretsch.
But now, is that, it's not out of choice, it's just it hasn't happened yet.
It just hasn't happened yet.
Yeah.
I love Gretsch guitars.
Well, if you were to get a Gretsch, what would it be?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe a Country Gentleman,
Gentleman.
maybe a Falcon. I don't know.
Yeah. I'd be in the
One of
same
those.
boat, yeah.
Yeah.
You know who's one I love? I think I've told you this before, the Richard Fortus signature. Gretsch is phenomenal, I think, anyway. But yeah, I do love a Gretsch.
Now, this is the acoustic room here?
The acoustic room, I'll get the lights on. And we'll stop on in.
Oh, man, this is a big room.
Have you not been in it before, no?
You know, I think at once, okay, so this is my second time here.
Yeah.
I think I might have come in here. You made me do the tour here. Oh, wait,
Yeah.
is that a John Lennon guitar there?
That is, we got two of them.
Wow, because I was just talking about that
Yeah.
with my friend Keith today,
Oh, yeah. Well,
about the John Lennon guitar.
we've got a couple of them. Well, we did. Maybe one of them sold.
Wow.
But now, you've played one of these before.
I've never played one.
I'm going to get your reaction because
I
maybe
know that they don't sound like you think they're going to sound.
exactly
And
Well-
you have flat wounds on them too.
flat ones.
I don't know
Let me
if
see
I
if have we got the other one as
I
well.
don't have a pick.
Here. You might not like my.
Oh, yeah.
There's bigger ones there. Have we got the other one? Yeah.
It's basically like an electric guitar. Wow. Is this a new guitar?
No, these are vintage. So that
Oh my gosh.
is. Oh wow! So this is obviously a Gibson J60. This was previously owned by Nathaniel Murphy. 1964. This one. This is from 56, and this is from 64. So a couple of cool ones.
It sounds nothing like I thought it would sound like. Is that like it too? Same thing?
It sounds, dare I say, it's almost like a toy
like-
or cheap, you know. There's just nothing to it.
No.
But now I haven't plugged these in, but I've heard that when you plug it in and you get the,
That's the part. It's played on that.
It's played on one of these. Exactly.
Yeah, and that's what makes it sound unlike anything else.
Exactly. And I just haven't got around to doing it yet.
And what year is this one?
This I think this is 64, and yours is 64 as well, right?
Oh my gosh, this would pretty much be the
64.
year that
Yeah.
that they would have had them, right?
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I like that this has the flat ones on it too. Although he wouldn't play it like that.
You could have, I'm sure. But just looks-wise, they look incredible.
They look
right?
amazing.
Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. And this is a P90 pickup on there, apparently.
Apparently so.
That's what I heard. Even though it doesn't look like a typical P90.
Yeah, but I wonder, like.
Oh, it's under there. That's what it is. See that?
Ah, right. But now, you wonder what makes these sound the way they are. Is it? I've heard that it was a lot cheaper type of wood.
I think it's a plywood top.
Yeah.
Is it?
It kind of looks and feels
Looks like
it might be,
plywood,
yeah.
right?
It's strange that it's such a
Wow.
cheap.
Isn't that weird? I've never played one of these
Yeah.
until right now.
Cool though.
Wow.
But the sound, like, I'm digging in.
Yes, a very quiet guitar.
You can barely hear it.
I'm looking through you.
Where did you go? That's my favorite Beatles album, by the way, Rubber Soul.
How do you? Between
Listen.
that and Revolver, there's
I know.
the two of the greatest albums.
You know? Yeah, you know, people have questioned me on my choice of favorite
What?
Beatles album. Yeah, it's
on.
Rubber Soul. It's not a bad album.
What do you mean? It's one of the greatest records ever released.
Thank you. And, you know, all the doubters out there.
Rubber Soul and Revolver.
Rubber
Okay.
Soul is
If
not
I
to be messed
stand
with.
here any longer, I will have to take this guitar home with me.
I think you should.
Oh my. Okay, so I'm gonna put this here,
That's cool,
Nathaniel.
yeah.
So
let me
now what?
Let me turn on these lights.
Okay, this is
So this room, this is more the used acoustic, but more specifically the vintage acoustics, as you can tell.
vintage acoustics. Okay.
I was playing this the other day. This is really nice. 68 Hummingbird.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's got the more squared shoulders on it. The
Yeah.
Hummingbird.
I mean, it feels good. I mean, just for strumming,
Oh, it sounds good.
you hear that low end.
Sounds good.
Or whatever, you know. But even just for
Wow.
belting out,
Beautiful.
really nice.
Let me see here. That's actually
Price, it's a good price.
It's a good price, yeah.
Obviously in great condition.
yeah.
Got that nice low end. It's quite a thin. I like the neck on it. I can see
Yeah.
why someone might not.
This is a light guitar too.
Yeah.
This is pretty similar to my country western. I mean, my country western is more like a J45.
I think, is this a.
But this is I like this
J45.
about these guitars. I love the way that the shoulder looks on
Yeah.
here.
Well,
You'll
here's.
notice this is a more rounded shoulder
Yeah.
as opposed to a flatter here.
And you prefer.
Well, I
rounded.
have a J45 and I have a country western.
Yeah.
I like these though. These are a little bit bigger body.
I love the sound of that. Like a vintage Gibson acoustic. The sound
Can't
is,
beat
it's just for
they're
recording and
just-
playing. Yeah.
The best.
This is 67.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Beautiful. really balanced mid-range on them, and for recording, they're just incredible.
If you had to choose out of the two, though?
I'd have to hear them under a mic.
That makes sense. That makes sense. But now, what would sway you, though?
What's that?
What would sway you because of the mic?
What
are you
I
looking
like
for?
the balance, how the mid-range is balanced, and how the chords speak.
Yeah.
If the inner notes of the chords are clear and the bass isn't overwhelming,
Right.
masking any of the top end of
Yeah.
it.
Fair enough.
So
It's a good reason. Yeah, so we got vintage. Obviously, we got some very old ones. I mean, this is from 1931. This is wacky.
that is one weird-looking guitar.
This is one weird-looking guitar.
Looks like somebody went in afterwards and put the F-holes in. Hey,
Yeah.
I wonder what it would be like if I did this.
Crazy. I suspect. So I mean, you can see it's a guitar within a guitar. I don't know if you can see inside.
Oh, it is. It's a
guitar
guitar within a guitar.
Yeah. Which is weird and cool at the same time.
Yes.
You know, I did a demo on this. It was fun. But yeah, it could be someone's sometime. But yeah, so this is obviously the acoustic room. I love coming in here because you will always come across a really cool.
So how do you
vintage.
keep from spending your entire paycheck on guitars, Nathaniel?
I don't know. I've done a good job of it so far, and I'm not going to question it. I'm going to keep going the way I'm going. I'm not going to try not to spend too many on guitar. I would love. So I don't own a vintage guitar.
Okay.
But I would love to one day. The likes of that Hummingbird, that would suit me down to the ground. You know, that just for at home strumming away, just a really beautiful acoustic.
There you go.
So I would like to.
Okay, so there are other floors here, but we're going to get down to the playing and the interview portion of this. But this is thank you for this great tour of
My
here.
pleasure.
If you guys are in Chicago, come to Chicago Music Exchange.
Yes, come visit.
Come visit, say hello to Nathaniel and all the people here.
Yes.
So let's get to it.
Let's go.
Nathaniel, tell me about this guitar first.
So this is a 64 Dove, but those with the keen eye, you can see this. It's actually got a B bender.
Explain what a B bender is.
So a B bender, the B string, if you pull down, you can kind of see the strap block here. If I pull it down, it goes up a full tone, which is kind of cool, you know. Or you can be very delicate and go, oh, kind of, you know. You got to be careful with that though. But it's a lot of fun, and yeah, someone installed it. Well, it was actually Gene Parsons that installed it himself, which is very cool. There's an inscription. There's probably people at home thinking, why on earth would you put that in a vintage Gibson acoustic? You know, it wasn't us. You know, someone did it. But even without the bender mechanism,
Beautiful sounding guitar.
it's just lovely. You know.
Now, you did an arrangement of Cashmere using this, which is, I thought was a really inspired use of the B bender.
Yeah, well, funnily enough, I wanted to do a version of Kashmir, and on a normal 6, it just sounded shit, to be quite honest. I couldn't get the melody. It was like, this ain't working. But the B bender came in handy, so I'll give it a shot. And it's just, for this arrangement, it's just in drop D as well, so a little bit handier. So we'll give it a shot. I won't play the whole thing because we'll be here all night.
Now, that's really tricky to play, right? Some of these things,
tricky,
like for example, the pinky when you do the bar across.
After bar, yeah.
That is very difficult to do.
It is, and it's a bit of a stretch. So, I mean, it's not the worst stretch in the world, don't get me wrong, but I've only got small hands. Like, I ain't got big hands. So that so that's the shape.
Yep.
So, yeah, sorry.
And you're doing the bends on the B string, so you're pulling the thing.
Yeah, so that part. And then it's going to be hard for me to break it down without the beat. Now, I'll do it slow. Yeah, so obviously kind of hitting through to get that percussive sound there as well. But the little finger, yeah, it does. I've got no option but to do that.
No.
I mean, it looks a bit weird if no one could hear me. If someone was watching this without the volume and they just see me doing this.
The other part that's difficult is when you use the.
That's the trickiest part.
That's the hardest part.
Oh, you see? So what I've got to do there.
And you have to do the tap at the same time that you're doing the hammer.
Yeah. So I've got to do da 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 da, and then obviously get the percussive up here as well.
Percussive and the hammer on from nowhere, basically, on the D.
I mean, obviously there's a lot of percussive players out there who are amazing. You know, I like to dabble in it a little bit. Obviously there's Mike Dawes, there's countless people who are so good at it. But that part is the trickiest part for me.
And then my favorite part of the arrangement is the chorus line, when the second time through, when you do all the bends.
Yeah, the second, well, I thought, I could just kind of do it that way, but why not? Why not get it in there?
That's so good.
Yeah, I just thought, why not?
That's amazing.
Because it's not going to be too wrong.
It just gives it a country vibe.
Yeah, which maybe is the wrong thing to do, but it's nice just to make use of it, Because I mean, I know a lot of people. A lot of people when they hear like a percussive thing on an acoustic guitar, they switch off immediately. Like, no, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I don't know why that is, but you don't use it very often.
No, not that often at all. And when I do, it's fairly simple.
Why do you think that people do turn off to that?
I don't know. I mean,
I think it's really inventive.
It is inventive, yeah, and it's tricky to do.
It's very hard to do.
Sometimes maybe they're just not used to it. Sometimes they don't think it fits the song appropriately. But there's so many amazing players out there who do it. I'm not one of them. I'll use that kind of sparingly. But if I'm going to do a version of Kashmir, I've got to have a bit of John Bonham.
You gotta have some. You gotta have the drum beat.
Yeah,
something.
I mean, just as basic as it is, even like the double kick sometimes. It wouldn't sound anywhere near as good without that, I think, anyway.
I agree.
But yeah, it's a very useful tool, very inspiring, and it certainly helps with arranging songs.